Amelia Bedelia Unleashed, Chapter 2. But let's remember what happened in Chapter 1. Remember they're having dinner. Dad was really tired. He was taking a nap. And then Amelia Bedelia was setting the table. And she's so funny because she takes everything so literally. That means whatever her mom says, like, she says, do we need glasses? She meant the glasses for the table, right? And Amelia Bedelia thought she was talking about these kind of glasses. Not yet. I don't need them yet, she said. Okay, so then at the very end, right before dinner started, she said, when can we have a baby? Okay, have you seen my baby? For a few seconds, Amelia Bedelia felt like she was a prisoner in the family photo that her parents enclosed with each Christmas card they sent. But now she was actually alive while her mom and dad were frozen in time. Their mouths were open. Their forks were right in front of their open mouths. Only their eyes moved, darting back and forth. They looked at each other. They looked at Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia looked at her mom, then at her dad. Her parents looked back at her, then at each other, then back at her again. Her parents may not have uttered a word, but their faces were talking at 90 miles an hour. Their eyes grew round, then narrow. Their mouths opened, closed, then opened again. Her parents reminded Amelia Bedelia of the fish she had seen on a class field trip to the aquarium. Finally, Amelia Bedelia could stand it no longer. What's wrong? She asked. You guys look panicked. It's not like I asked you for something important, like a bigger allowance. Amelia Bedelia's mother closed her mouth and opened it again and said, a baby is much more important than money. I was joking, said Amelia Bedelia. Was I wrong to ask about a baby? No, her mother said, not at all. We're just a little surprised, said her dad. Asking for a baby was a bolt out of the blue. Before Amelia Bedelia could ask him what nuts and bolts had to do with babies, her mother said, is your class at school having lots of babies? Of course not, said Amelia Bedelia, but the mothers sure are. Last week, Angel became a big sister for the second time. Clay, Roger, and Chip became big brothers this year. Joy has an older brother, and now she is getting a little sister. And today my teacher told us that she's going to have a baby this summer. How wonderful, said Amelia Bedelia's mother. I'm so excited for Mrs. Finley. Our whole class is, said Amelia Bedelia. But I'd like to be excited for you, and I want people to be excited for me because I'm going to be a big sister. Aha, said her father. Now I know what started all this talk about babies. Amelia Bedelia nodded. I'd be fine with a boy or a girl, a bolt out of the blue or out of the pink, she said. Just then Amelia Bedelia's eyes lit up. That's when her mother got really worried. Amelia Bedelia's mother knew that whenever Amelia Bedelia's eyes lit up, real trouble was ahead. As her mother braced herself for what was next, she took a big drink of water. I've got it, announced Amelia Bedelia. You can have twins, a boy and a girl. Her mother sputtered, coughed, and sprayed water all over her plate and the table. Gee, Mom, said Amelia Bedelia, is that how a lady is supposed to drink water? Amelia Bedelia's mother was coughing too much to reply, but she gave Amelia Bedelia a look that told her she was a tiny baby step away from being sent to her room. Amelia Bedelia's father jumped up and ran over to his wife, patting her on her back to help her breathe. Bing bong, went the doorbell. Who could that be? Wheezed Amelia Bedelia's mother. It's dinner time. Amelia Bedelia said her dad, would you answer the door? What was the question? Said Amelia Bedelia. Her dad shook his head. The question is, who is at the door? Just go see who it is and tell them it's dinner time. Okay, said Amelia Bedelia. Would you like me to invite whoever it is in for supper? No, said her mother and dad together. Amelia Bedelia headed for the front door. On her way, she heard her father whisper, "Whew, saved by the bell." How could a bell save someone? Amelia Bedelia wondered. She glanced back at her parents. They were whispering the way she did in class when she tried to pass urgent news to her friends before Mrs. Finley turned around and caught them talking. Now Amelia Bedelia knew how Mrs. Finley felt. She felt like a teacher catching a couple of whisperers. Bing bong, bing bong, bong. Amelia Bedelia's parents looked up and realized that she had been watching them. Amelia Bedelia pointed at them and said, "You've been saved twice." Then she continued on her way to the front door. When she got there and peeked out the window, Amelia Bedelia saw a woman pacing back and forth on the front porch. Amelia Bedelia opened the front door. The woman peered at Amelia Bedelia through the screen door and urgently said, "Have you seen my baby?" Dawn, dawn, dawn. Oh my gosh.